All right, good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday night, second day of the work week and second day of June. It is a mostly cloudy evening. Sunset right about now. It's a nice but humid night out there. A little breeze keeping the air moving a little bit this evening. So yeah, we have a few different cameras you're looking at right now. It's all mostly cloudy with just a few breaks here and there in the sky. And there are maybe a couple of sprinkles out there. We had a rogue light shower that popped up on radar about 30 minutes ago in like far northeastern Barrow County. But the atmosphere right now is just not exactly conducive for, widespread showers and storms. But that's going to change tomorrow morning. Get ready. Tomorrow morning we're expecting a little active setup for Wednesday morning plans when you're out on the roads for the morning commute. Leave a little extra early, plan ahead, maybe leave and wake up a little early tomorrow morning if you have to get out at 6, 7, 7:30 a.m. Obviously the traffic is going to be a concern, but adding to the traffic is going to be the rain, and some of the thunderstorms out there will be across the hill country tomorrow morning starting around 5, 6 a.m. And just to reiterate, that's going to impact the morning commute tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that. We'll show you future radar and everything we're expecting over the next 24 hours and even through the weekend. If you have any questions, comment down below. Ask your questions. If you're traveling, we can always look at a wider reach on Futurecast, on our forecast computer models. We can show you what's happening in other cities across Texas, or even if you're traveling across the country. Feel free to comment down below and join the conversation. Yep, so that's below me is different traffic cameras, right? That's 410 and military. There's 281 near 410 near the airport and North Star Mall right below me. There you go. And then, with this particular camera right here, that's showing like Elmendorf near Calaveras Lake, and then downtown San Antonio showing similar conditions on this Tuesday night. Okay, temperature-wise, we hit the lower 90s this afternoon, and then here are some more numbers regarding the aquifer. So last week's rain, really good, beneficial, replenishing rain, and the aquifer is doing a lot better. Is it still low? Yeah. Matter of fact, it's about 28 feet below its historical average. So, based on year to year, on annual rainfall, it should be probably around 655 to 660 feet, based on, again, historical average. But, with our ongoing, long-standing drought that's been happening, by the way, since 2022, while we've seen rain, here and there through 2022, 2023, 2024 last year, and even this year, it's been by and large mostly drier than normal conditions, which has left us with a deficit on the Edwards Aquifer, our water supply, our water source that flows beneath our feet every single day. Now, the 24-hour change is a little less. I mean, we've seen a gradual increase almost every single day, but since we've been, generally drying out, we saw a couple of showers today, which we'll probably see a small uptick in the aquifer by tomorrow with tomorrow's change, especially with tomorrow morning's rain. That should definitely help a lot as well. Every drop does certainly help with the drought and everything that involves, water restrictions and dry spring to summer-like conditions here in South Texas. SAWS remains in stage 3. The Edwards Aquifer Authority came down from stage 5, I believe it was last week, now down to stage 4 for permit holders, those who directly access the aquifer, like farmers, irrigators, things like that. They're in stage 4. SAWS, San Antonio water system gets their water supply from different sources. So not just the Edwards Aquifer, but the Carrizo Aquifer. Even from Canyon Lake, SAWS access their water from different water sources. And because they diversify, they're not exactly, strictly driven by what the Edwards Aquifer Authority does. So they might be in stage 4, but SAWS determines their own water restrictions, and we remain in stage 3. From Grace, what's the timing on the storms overnight in central San Antonio, and will they be severe? So Grace, that'll be happening probably around 6, 7, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, maybe through about 9 a.m. So the mid-morning is when we're pinpointing the possibility at a couple of showers and storms. And we'll talk about that in a second here on KENS 5. You're leaving your house around 6:30 from Richard tomorrow morning, but I take the bus. Will I be okay? I would bring an umbrella, just in case, Richard, just because there will be, a few showers around, and depending on where you're at and depending where exactly these storms set up and move through, Bernie, Kendall County, Bandera County, northern San Antonio, depending on where they set up by about 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, that could mean a localized heavy downpour. Most of it should just be showers here and there, but there will be some isolated storms that move through, mostly across the hill country, but San Antonio could see that tomorrow morning around 7, 8, 9 a.m. So we're going to talk about that, and we'll show you future radar, the model forecasts, how much rain we're expecting, whether it'll be severe or not. We're going to talk about that in a second. So let's chat about the tropics. It is early June. It is June 3rd. I said it was June 2nd earlier. It's June 3rd. It's Tuesday. Sorry, my days just go out of whack sometimes. Off the Carolina coast is a weak area of tropical showers and thunderstorms. And eventually this has a low chance, about a 20% chance at, spinning up to a tropical storm, or maybe a hybrid tropical storm. We call those subtropical storms. And if it were to strengthen above, 38 mile an hour winds and had a closed circulation later this week, that would be named Tropical Storm Andrea. That's the A storm for the Atlantic season. We'll see if that happens. It's been low chances for the last couple of days, so we're going to watch that closely. But even if it does form, it's going to move away from land. But with it being near the coast, that could drop a lot of rainfall anywhere from Washington, D.C. all the way to southern Georgia. So heads up for any friends or family, anyone you know on the eastern seaboard. That system, despite it even organizing, if it does or not, will bring rain to that part of the country through Friday and Saturday. Our side of the water, the Gulf, is pretty quiet. We're seeing small amounts of dust in the air. It should remain quiet through Thursday and Friday, but now the models are depicting another push of some, low to moderate amounts of Saharan dust by Saturday night into Sunday morning. So if you suffer from COPD, emphysema, if you have asthma, anytime the dust moves in this time of year, in June, July, August, limit time outdoors, just because that in the air can definitely exacerbate problems and definitely lead to labored breathing, especially among asthma sufferers with the dust in the air. It can do that. It can impact air quality, which we've seen it so many times here in South Texas, South Central Texas as well. Temperature-wise, we're dropping down a little bit, 88 at the airport, 89 over at Stinson. Winds are a touch breezy. It's a quiet night, 13 mile an hour winds. Temperatures were in the lower to middle 90s across San Antonio. Now they're in their upper 80s, so a little cooler. 82 at Bernie, same thing over at Bandera, 85 at Bulverde, 87 over in Floresville. All right, from Kathy, will there be any rain at Fort Sam Houston Cemetery? If so, give a shout out to Larry Haven. He loves rain. Shout out to Larry. Yeah, there will be a few showers out there tomorrow morning, Kathy. Will it be like, strong, crazy thunderstorms? No, but there could be, some spotty, localized heavy rain and some occasional thunder and lightning tomorrow. When we show it, the FutureCast guidance, the forecast models, they're going to show you that most of the heaviest, most severe rain will be across the hill country. Fredericksburg, Harper, Comfort, Kerrville, central to northern Kerr County. As these showers and storms tomorrow morning approach San Antonio around sunrise, they will gradually weaken. Now, that doesn't mean we won't see a couple of downpours and some thunder and lightning, but overall, the main takeaway for tomorrow morning's rain is the heaviest will be across the hill country. So we're going to have to watch that very closely. From Liz, no rain. It's my daughter's graduation tomorrow. At 2 o'clock, Liz, it should be fine. It's primarily a morning event, so if you have any graduations to attend, any family events, anything you got going on tomorrow afternoon, it'll be, cloudy with some, breaks in the sky, some sunshine, highs, lower 90s. It's just tomorrow morning that'll pose a threat for the roadways. So just a heads up. And I know some, when, kids and, college graduates attend graduation, sometimes they have to be there in the morning for, to practice and do all that. So if they have to go to a practice tomorrow morning, there will be a few showers around. Umbrella, leave like 30 minutes early just in case. Just because the roads, as you know, anytime it rains in San Antonio, anywhere, right, really, it slows things down. That'll likely lead to traffic buildups and things like that. So leave a little extra early tomorrow, allow for some extra time. because there will be a few showers and storms tomorrow morning, and we'll show you that again. If you're just joining us, we're going to show you that in a second. On radar right now, it is quiet. We're going to zoom into San Antonio. You can see in those last couple of frames right there, there was like a tiny rogue light shower between Timberwood Park, Garden Ridge, I would say. I mean, there was like a passing quick shower, and then it was gone very quickly. Now, this morning, we did see some rain. It wasn't everywhere, but here at the station, we saw rain towards the Stone Oak, a couple of light drops. Between North Star and like Ingram Mall on 410, right, Castle Hills area, there were some showers out there. Up towards Bulverde, north of Bulverde, a couple of showers. These are just rain estimates. Mostly everyone saw like a light sprinkle, a light shower here and there this morning. The thing is, it's just so tropical outside. There's just such high humidity. And what that does, it just doesn't take much more than like a snap of the fingers to get rain going. When it's hot in June and July, and then you add in humidity. I mean, again, our atmosphere, our area of the world, when we're near the Gulf, such a huge source of water and humidity. The coastal area of Texas, even towards San Antonio and the hill country, we get those morning clouds, that deck of stratus layer clouds, and sometimes they can produce just like passing light showers here and there. So that's kind of what we saw this morning. Tomorrow morning will be more organized activity, more heavier showers and a couple of storms in the area. But yeah, mostly just a couple of areas of drizzle, light rain, and a couple of downpours that did amount to about an inch in some areas between Castle Hills, 281 towards Bulverde earlier this morning. Towards Fredericksburg, maybe like a tenth to a quarter of an inch, not too much. Same thing in northern Bandera County towards central Kerr County, maybe a half an inch in some areas. And then there were some, localized downpours that, moved through the region in like northwestern Kerr County, west of Harper, that picked up like, 1 to 2 inches of rain. It was pretty good. And that's the contributing zone. We do need rain to fall in that area, 1, because of drought, but 2, because this also helps replenish the aquifer. Northern Bexar County all the way to the hill country. A really good place for it to contribute and to replenish the aquifer. Okay, so here's the severe weather outlook tomorrow morning. San Antonio is not included in this, which again, if you're just joining me, we talked about this earlier. Most of these downpours, as they move in from central Texas and they move south towards the hill country, by tomorrow morning, 4, 5, 6 a.m., they're going to gradually weaken. However, when they're moving across Fredericksburg tomorrow, Harper, Kerrville, Rock Springs, they could be severe. So if you are watching from the hill country, and if you're in this green area, or if you have any friends or family living up in the hill country, there is an outside chance, a low marginal risk of severe weather, meaning the storms that move through tomorrow morning at 5, 6, 7 a.m., which we'll show you in a second, those could produce hail, maybe quarter size, strong gusty winds, maybe some isolated rotation. The main threats is going to be heavy rain, lightning, and small to moderate size hail for these areas in yellow to green. That's a low to marginal to slight risk of a couple of cells getting strong and severe tomorrow morning before sunrise. So here it is on future radar. So tonight, mostly quiet. There may be an area of drizzle like what we saw on radar earlier this morning. We fast forward through about 5 a.m. and I'm going to rewind this back. So let's go right here. And then I need to time things out real quick. So I'm just going to make sure I include a couple of different pause points. Let's just double check that. And then we go from right here. So again, if you're watching from Fredericksburg or anywhere across Gillespie County or Blanco County, like Johnson City area, the rain and some of the thunderstorms will move into your region by about 5 or 6 a.m., give or take 30 minutes or so. So that's what we're expecting tomorrow morning. That's before sunrise. Notice the trend as we move through time, 7, 8 a.m. Some of those could be heavy to strong to severe between Fredericksburg, Kerrville, maybe Johnson City, the I-35 corridor. But generally, as they move towards San Antonio, they start to break apart. They lose their umph. With that being said, even if they're gradually weakening, a pocket of heavy rain, lightning, and even some small hail is not out of the question. So this is a forecast model. This particular model is the HRRR, the HRRR model, we say it. And notice by 8 a.m., 9 a.m., gradually weakening and diminishing. But through the rush hour and then even through 8, 9, 10 a.m., there could be a couple of pockets of rain around. That could be heavy, that could be severe. By about lunchtime, we'll see a few breaks in the sky, some sunshine and highs in the 90s. And then tomorrow night into early Thursday, we could see a couple of downpours redevelop. So we're going to watch that very closely. It's mainly the late nights and the early mornings that offer up the best opportunity at some rain. So here's a high resolution forecast over the next 12 to 24 hours. Notice the trend. It's the hill country that sees the most rain, which we like because this is also adding to the aquifer. It's the contributing zone. This is where it just funnels down all the way to San Antonio and helps replenish the aquifer. So Fredericksburg, Blanco County, towards San Saba, all the way up into central Texas, that's where they're going to see some heavy, heavy rain tomorrow morning. Some of those downpours will extend farther south into Kerr County, Blanco County, Bandera County, northern Bexar County, Medina, and Uvalde. But notice there's a lot of zeros on this map, so not everyone will see rain, but anywhere along the I-10 corridor, Highway 90, and pointing farther north, you have a pretty good chance at seeing a downpour at least, or a shower, or maybe an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow morning. Again, 5, 6, 7 a.m., and some of those may linger through about 9 and 10. But by tomorrow afternoon, I know someone was asking about this earlier, they have graduations to attend tomorrow afternoon. The afternoon's dry. We'll see some sunshine, some clouds move overhead, but dry. It's tomorrow morning primarily that has the best window at seeing rain move through the area, through the hill country. And some of that will push through San Antonio, especially like northern Bexar County, Bandera County, Kendall County, Blanco County, Hayes County, and up to maybe San Marcos and Austin. But it's really the hill country, big takeaway, that's probably going to see the brunts and the heaviest rain from these showers as they move farther south down I-35. Now, we'll remain in this pattern where late night to early morning showers and storms will be possible. And then pretty much after Thursday afternoon into Friday, this ridge of high pressure just takes over. And if you're familiar with meteorology and weather forecasting, anytime you see a big blue H in the atmosphere on one of our maps in the summertime, in June, July, August, that really means it's going to turn up on the heat. If it's over Texas, that's like record-breaking heat. But if it's a ridge of high pressure that's kind of in the vicinity, like over the Gulf or over Florida or over Mexico, as how we're expecting it through this weekend, that's going to lead to some dangerous heat. Daytime highs like 100 to 101 to 102. And as long as it stays away from us, while it will be hot, the door will remain open for a couple of rain chances to move through. So we're not exactly, out of the woods yet, but remember June, July, while we do see some rain in these first months of summer, overall, rain trends down and heat trends up. Okay, so what's the weather for tomorrow from Drew? Yeah, daytime highs, lower 90s, morning showers, morning storms, and then by about 11 a.m. lunchtime, we dry out for the rest of the day. And then there will be a couple of isolated showers late tomorrow night into early Thursday. So it's really late nights into early mornings, the best window for some rain. George, you want the fall weather already? You're not alone, George. We all want it. I mean, it's June and July and August. I mean, George, this is only the beginning, man. I mean, we're probably going to hit 100 degrees several times in the next 3 months. And even September gets hot. Even October gets hot. It's not till, the third month of fall and like December where it consistently cools down. But right now we're just in the beginning of the stretch, man, of very dangerous heat. From Liz, thank you so. Yeah, absolutely, Liz, you're very welcome. Absolutely, you're very welcome. From Jose, are we going to see a hurricane in Texas this summer? It's always a possibility. It's always a possibility. Last hurricane for Texas was Hurricane Beryl, which hit Houston and like southeast Texas last year. If you remember, that's when there was like a crazy windstorm, a derecho that hit Houston, and it broke all these buildings' glass in downtown Houston. It was crazy. But that was because of Hurricane Beryl. It was only a Category 1 if maybe a tropical storm, it was a Category 1 when it made landfall. But then it weakened it into a tropical storm, but still winds were, gusting upwards of 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. And that was the last hurricane to hit Texas. But yeah, it's hurricane season, and storms can always form in the Gulf, in the Caribbean, and the Atlantic, and they can move towards us. And this time of year, we want rain, but we just don't want like a Cat 3 hurricane. We want like a tropical depression, a tropical storm to provide some soaking rains and, provide some relief from the heat. But yeah, nothing in the forecast and regarding hurricanes, Jose, but it's always possible in June, July, August, and September. Severe storms tonight, Canyon Lake area. Yeah, from Canyon Lake, and then let me go back. If you're just joining us, we'll go over this one more time for those just tuning in. So here's tomorrow morning. This is one forecast model. So take the placement of storms with a grain of salt. This is just showing you what's likely tomorrow. Scattered showers, a few downpours, and a couple of thunderstorms in the area. That could be strong. So 6 a.m. it's moving into northern Blanco County, Gillespie County, Fredericksburg, the northern hill country, and then passing over Kendall County, maybe let's say east of there, Canyon Lake towards I-35, San Marcos. There will be a couple of downpours in the area. Generally, a lot of these storms will weaken as they approach San Antonio. With that being said, through 8, 9, 10 a.m., a couple of downpours and showers will be possible. Leave early tomorrow morning if you have anything going on, work, school, graduation, family events. Tomorrow morning will be a little wet and a little active on radar. After lunchtime, we're drying out. Highs will be in the lower 90s, and then generally quiet for the rest of the day. Late tomorrow night into early Thursday, we'll have another opportunity at seeing scattered storms and things like that. And if you do get caught under a downpour, if it's heavy, it could easily drop a half an inch to an inch of rain. Not everyone's going to see those kind of rain amounts, but it's definitely possible tomorrow morning. From 5 a.m. to about 7 a.m. the hill country, and then from about 7 a.m. to 9:30 is when it could move through San Antonio. So just a heads up there. Norma, you're very welcome. Jose, have a great night to you as well. Should I wait till Thursday morning, Richard? Wait till Thursday morning to do what, Richard? You live in the Alamo Heights area. Should I wait till Thursday? Let me know what you mean, Richard. For now, guys, we're going to leave it on the 14-day. We have an alert set for tomorrow morning, 50 to 60% coverage on scattered showers and a few downpours in the area. Tomorrow afternoon, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, high of 93. 95 Thursday, upper 90s Friday and Saturday, and then we jump to 101 Sunday and Monday. So later this weekend is for heat, the alerts, but for tomorrow morning, it's for a couple of showers and storms in the area, which will impact the morning commute and driving conditions, and that will cause traffic. So be very careful and leave a little extra early. Download our KENS 5 app. It is free in the App Store. Me, Paul, Bill, Jeremy, Roxy will always have notifications, push alerts, radar updates on the KENS 5 app. So download it today. You'll have notifications on any active weather that's moving through the area, through the hill country, through San Antonio. And again, it's free. We all live free, and it's free in the App Store. So that's it for weather, guys. Have a great Tuesday night. One more thing. Richard, take the bus. Yeah, I would say, man, I would say wait to take the bus, because between like 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. is when the rain's probably going to move through. Will it be heavy everywhere? No, but there will be a couple of showers and storms in the area for that. And that may impact driving, traffic conditions. So just be careful. If you do take the bus, just be very careful and leave early. Try and get to the bus stop earlier, just because some of those bus routes might be running slower than usual. And that, again, the rain's going to impact traffic a lot. Mostly across the hill country, but San Antonio, we could definitely be affected as well. Are you going to watch KENS 5 News at 10? I don't know, Jose. Are you? If you want another update on weather, I'll be live in about an hour on KENS 5 News at 10, providing another update on the timing on the storms and showers in the area. And you'll have more local news, sports, and weather updates as well. All right, guys, have a wonderful Tuesday night. Be safe and leave a little extra early tomorrow morning. There will be some rain around. By this weekend, June 7th, 8th, and 9th, we're pushing the triple digits, 101 on Sunday and 101 on Monday.